गिरिवरदारे गोपीजना वल्लभा गिरिवरदारे यशोदानन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुना तीरावनचारे यमुना तीरावनचारे जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी जय विष्णुपाद परम स्वराज्यकाचार्य स्तोत्र से सर्वेंग्रह सभे चरणारविंद भक्तवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परम स्वराज्यकाचार्य स्तोत्र से सर्वेंग्रह श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नमाचार्य श्री ललिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत श्री गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की गिरिराज गोवर्धन की श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ षट गोस्वामी प्रभुगण की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथ धाम की कृष्ण भक्त प्रधान तुलसी महारानी की गंगे में यमुने में की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर हरि प्रेम आनंद है All glories to Simple Lord Sri Krishna. All glories to Simple Lord Sri Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories, Shri Guru and Shri Gaura Ashla Prabhupada ki jai. Can we put it like this? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी प्रसवानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसुदी गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरोन्दनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं। हरे कृष्ण। I neither have any qualification nor do I have any realization. Whatever I heard in the past, cut and paste. I'm just repeating, So then for that reason, I seek the blessings of all the devotees here. I'm also grateful to Rajaraman Prabhu for his invitation to me to come to Seattle, and grateful to the temple management to facilitate that. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So, bhakti is not a stereotype. Not that anyone can practice bhakti actually. Not that only full-timers, devotees doing full-time are allowed to come in the front lines, and others are not allowed. They're allowed only to sit in the back. Definitely not. Hanuman is not even a human being. Mother Sabari, she belonged to tribal family. So, and also, whatever our material qualifications, sometimes actually they are detrimental to spiritual progress. Bhaktiya sanjayate bhakti. Probably 15 years ago, one time Vaisishika Prabhu came to Vrindavan and he said, a devotee who has bhakti can give bhakti to others. Bhaktiya sanjayate bhakti. So, if our sadhana and, if actually we can't give what we don't have. You have $20, you can give maximum $19, 99 cents, or you can give $20. You cannot give $21. And also, we all have a conception of what is right, what is wrong. But unfortunately, we stayed in the material world for a very long time, including this life. So, whatever our conceptions may not be in line with the Shastras and Krishna. So, sometimes what we think is right may not be right. So here, Vritasura's story is a standing testimony, for all these facts. He was losing only to win. And Indra was winning only to lose. Many people don't understand that. So, pakad ke rakhte hain actually. No. And in that process, probably you'll win only to lose. Bhakti means beyond being right. Okay, you have won the battle, but if you lose the war, what is the use? So, I don't think I shared the screen. Yeah. Hare Krishna. So I'll take few minutes. Maharaj Chitraketu. He had everything that he wanted. But what is the nature of this world? What is the nature of the mind? It doesn't show what we have and make us happy. It shows what we don't have and make us miserable. You get up on the Monday, mind says, hey, you don't have it. They look so beautiful, you are not as beautiful as they are. Tuesday you get up, mind says the same thing. So mind has been telling past 40 years. And we have not told the mind, shut up. Why you are not showing the 99% of the things I have, and why are you not making me happy? Rather, you are showing me all these things that I don't have, and you are making me miserable. Did we tell that? Real spiritualist is the one who declares war on mind, who is ruthless with the mind. If not, we may adore tilaks and kantimalas, and if we cannot give a tough fight to the mind, if we cannot subdue the mind, dharet atmanam avasadayet atmahim atmano bandhur atmaiva ripuratmana. Person who could control the mind is the best friend. One who could not do so, mind is the worst enemy. He had everything. He was an emperor. People would worship him. Devotee. One thing he did not have. Children. And not that he was, why? And he was mad after children. That was his service. As a monarch, to continue monarchy, he wanted one child. Just to continue the legacy. So that way he could please his parents and his ancestors. He was married to 10 million wives. He was not a sex monger. Just to get one child. And he was such a great devotee he was. I am sure many great devotees came to give Bhagavatam class. And he never listened to Bhagavatam class. Even though he was sitting in the class. Why? His mind was absorbed in something else. We have two dharmas. Naimittika dharma, Nitya dharma. Naimittika dharma is bodily related. We need to take care of career. Life is a triangle. So I mentioned this actually in a book I wrote. Triangle, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. 8 hours career. Bhagavad Gita will not pay mortgage to your home. You have to work. So you have to work. And you have to pay, Bhagavad Gita also will not pay tuition fee to your child, your children's education. So you have to work. And if you keep on working, family says, I'm going home, you stay there only. So you have to come home and take care of the relationships also. Career and relationships. 8 hours, 8 hours. People are doing this in America. One of the very affluent countries in the world. But still people are unhappy. Why? The third line is missing. Spiritual life. Hey, you're a spirit soul, not the body. We are not the mind, we are not the body. We are a spirit soul. The first instruction Krishna gives, 2.12 to 2.30, 18 verses continuously. You are not the body, you are a spirit soul. You are not the body, we are a spirit soul. The first instruction that Krishna is giving, we don't even realize. Even devotees also. When a problem comes, how do we address the problem? I was telling yesterday, day for yesterday, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I came from India, and I'm an engineer or a doctor, a professor, whatever. So when you address the problem with this premise that I am this body, you are reducing your ability to solve the problem by at least 70, 80, 90%. But when you address the problem, hey, I'm a spirit soul as powerful as sun. I have that power as a spirit soul. When sun comes, he illuminates the whole universe. The activity starts. But when you think like that, the problem, the intensity of the problem goes down, and your power to solve the problem goes up. It's important. To cut the story short, Narada Muni came and blessed him with a child. Narada Muni can give Krishna because he was so much infatuated in getting a son. What he asked? He asked for a son. Narada Muni can give Krishna today in 1 second. Actually it's not Chitraket Maharaj's story. We have been coming to the temple. Do we really want Krishna? Not, maybe not. Theoretically we have some understanding. But Krishna doesn't give trouble. Nature doesn't give trouble the way she gave it to Chitraket Maharaj. Chitraket Maharaj wanted son, we wanted something else. But for sure. So he said, I wanted a son. Narada Muni said, all right, name him Harsha Sukha. When we want, actually, one great, I really, really loved this line. When we want to enjoy independent of Krishna, when we develop a desire to enjoy independent of Krishna, we are sowing the seed of suffering. You will enjoy also. You will go to party, you've invited everyone, prasad is off. And prasad means it's different, of course. So when we want to enjoy independent of Krishna, we are sowing the seed of suffering. Party goes on very well, everything is happy, but little did anyone know, we've already sown the seed of suffering. Suddenly suffering manifests. Hey, where is it coming from? Actually many people cannot connect this with the point I said. When we try to enjoy independent of Krishna, when we harbor desires and pursue them to enjoy independent of Krishna, that day, that minute, that second, we are sowing the seed of suffering. But when we get suffering, every suffering there is a seed of blessing. But we go through so much of suffering, we don't see that blessing. There's a famous quotation of His Holiness Radhana Swami. So Maharaj, he said, he'll give you happiness and distress. This is what you wanted. In this material world, anything we do where Krishna's presence is not there, it'll give us some happiness and of course distress. To cut the story short, he was so much infatuated. When the child was born, through Krutadyati, the queen, he neglected others' wives. So this is Satyuga story. They were all great people, nice devotees. But misery loves company. When no one had any child, they're all the same category. You don't have job? No. You're laid off? Yeah, I'm also laid off. Nice meeting you. Chalo, best friends. Misery loves company. But now suddenly one person, you don't have job? No, I got job. How you get the job without me getting it? So we are in this world means we have a flag of envy. Rampa Swami said this. We have a flag of envy. Everyone actually. The person who consciously works on it, we may not get rid of it, but if we consciously work on it, that means we are trying to become a devotee. So anyway, they killed him. Maharaj Chitraketu derived so much happiness when the child was not. He thought the actually problem is a problem only when you cannot expect it. Winter is coming, you are prepared for it. Winter will not that much bother you. When you expect a problem, would come, it will come, but it will not bother you so much. But when you expect, and when the problem comes from this very unexpected quarters, that will bother you. That will give us so much trouble. So he thought child will pick up bad habits, he will not listen to me, but he never thought he'll die. He started rolling on the ground, he was this much close to death. Narada Muni brought him back, and the child said, "Oh, my child, you're back. I'm Haribol, happiness." The child said, "Who are you?" "Who am I? I'm your father. Which lifetime?" And Naikatra Prisamasa Suhurda Chitrakarmanam Ogena Vyuhyamanam Plavanam Srutasuyata. This verse comes between in the conversation of Nanda Maharaj and Vasudev. What is a family? One wave will come, will bring all the straws and grass together. New relationships, Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. How long it will stay? Another wave will come and hit it very hard. Never to meet again. Nanda Maharaj said that is the family. We are so close, cousins. But we couldn't do anything to you. You went through so much of suffering, all your children were killed. That's true, my father died 37 years ago. I don't even remember how I forgot him actually. I was 16 when my father died. I was living with my uncle, and exactly 1.5 years later, at the age of 33, he died. Maybe that time I understood. I think I come alone and I go alone. How I came alone, I don't know, but I have to go alone. So the point I'm making is, when the boy said like that, that's the first time he heard the Bhagavatam class from his son. It sank into his mind. We hear a lot, you are not the body or the spirit soul. We may give class also. But that time it sank into my mind, into his mind. Oh, that's true. Then Narada Muni, seeing that he was ready, gave him a mantra, and in 7 days attained the God darshan of Sankarshana. And he became a Vidyadhara. But very interesting. Brahma Bhunalaku Punravartana Arjuna. Mamabeti Konteya. So, also what is that? Dukhalaya Masashvatam. And even, sometimes when you first time board the flight in India to America, you all rot in this third world country. Main to ja raha hu heaven, America. But America has its own problems. Krishna is telling, Brahma Bhunalok Punravartana Arjuna. Anyway, Parvati cursed him. Not understanding his mood. And she called him, my child, I want to rectify you. How can you say this? And she cursed him to become a Brahma Rakshas. Maharaj Chitraketu could have counter cursed, but he didn't do that. That's a devotee. How easy it is to speak when somebody is listening. How difficult it is to apply it in our lives. What is that? Ability of a man is tested by how much he can tolerate the most provocative situation. Greatness of a person, exactly. Prabhu, you are so sweet. You are amazing. Oh, you are also very amazing. But somebody changes a little bit and says, who did this? When you perceive the sharpness of the voice, immediately, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, everything is gone. Next half an hour, movie for children actually. Or in temple, co-brahmacharis, whatever. So no, he said no problem. He got down the aeroplane, offered obeisance and thank you, no problem. I accept it. She was shocked actually. Then the famous verse, Narayana Parasarvena Kotaschana Vibhati Swarga Apavargeshu Api Tulyartha Darshanam. Parvati, you did a mistake. You don't know the devotees of Krishna. They want only service. Whether it is a heavenly planet, Apavarga, or Martya Loka, planet of death, or even hellish regions, devotees of Krishna, they go there, they go anywhere just to do service. Anyway, so his father Toshta, they performed yajna. I'm just cutting it short so that we can focus on prayers. And he became from that fire came a demon, Vritasura, Maharaj Chitraketu. Very scary. Very scary personality, more or less an ugly personality. Everyone was praying for his death. All the rishis, sages, devatas. Can you believe somebody is praying for you to die? What type of positive attitude you can maintain? Do you know in Africa what they do? They want to kill a big tree. They know very well it takes long time to cut the tree. So what they do is every day they go and say they they start hurling abusive words. You're good for nothing, you're useless, you're a bum. The tree becomes weak. And they cut the tree in one day. Because everything is consciousness. This scientist, what he did, he took a jar of rice. I have actually somewhere, maybe in the hard disk it is there. And same, they cooked rice and they took one handful of rice in one jar, they put it, and they put a label, "You are so sweet." They took another jar of rice and they put another a handful of rice and put in the second jar. They put a label, "You are good for nothing. You are useless." Rice knows English. Do you know that? It's proven. Rice knows, not that they spoke it, they didn't speak. Rice can read English actually. The first one jar of rice, it lasted for a very long time without being decomposed. The second rice decomposed in 2 hours. Wow. One professor told me, everything in this world is connected, super soul. So I can charge my cell phone, connecting it, putting a wire in a mango or a kira, any vegetable, I can charge my phone. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be converted from one form to another. Laws of conservation of energy. So Vritasura, but nobody knew. Pure devotee. Hare Krishna. This story is all about pure devotional service and mixed devotional service. This story is all about pure devotional service and mixed devotional service. And I cut the story short. They all prayed to Vishnu, and Vishnu said, "Take the bone from the Dadichi and make a weapon, Vajra, and that will kill Vritasura." Interestingly, Vritasura knew this. So Indra threw a mace. Vritasura caught that mace and he threw it back. And Vajra, this elephant Airavat, 15 steps it went backwards, vomited blood. And, Indra fell on the ground. And Airavat experienced a lot of pain. But of course, because Indra tasted nectar, when he touched like this, it was recovered. Airavat recovered. Then Vritasura said, Indra became depressed. Are, this person is actually, his head is touching the skies. And see the picture, elephant is looking like a toy. Now you can imagine the size of Vritasura. Can I really win? Then it starts. Vritasura said, "You are so depressed, you don't have faith on Vishnu. Hey, you will win. I am fighting for the sake of fighting. I am performing my Naimittika Dharma, also Nitya Dharma. But you don't need to be doubtful. If it is the word of Guru, it is word of Krishna, it will work, it will happen. You have to have that faith." Saraswati Thakur gave instruction, not that they discussed elaborately, and there was not that intense planning was done on the banks of Radhakund. Abhay Babu, if at all you have any money, print books. If you have time, preach in English language. That's it. This has changed the history of Vrindavan and changed the lives of millions and millions of people, because Prabhupada had that faith. But of course, he prepared himself staying in Radha temple. So the point I'm making is, when Guru gives instruction, Krishna gives instruction, comes with that comes a blessings. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, first verse. We should not have any doubt. Bhaktacharya Swami said, if Lord Chaitanya said, my name will go every town and village, it will go. We don't need to have any doubt. How it will go? Who will be empowered? Yes, before Prabhupada embarked his mission, when he came to America, embarked on his mission, nobody thought it would happen, but it happened. It happened. We were talking, Mahotsav and I were talking actually. Mahotsav said, Prabhu, how could you distribute 3,000 books, Prabhu? I don't even think I ever distribute that many books in my life. 2:00 it went normally. But suddenly it started. Only 3, 4, 500, 600 books went, I could distribute. But then it started. People started coming and taking it. Amazing. So you do your job, Krishna will do the rest of the job. With confidence. That's why Rupa Goswami says, Utsaha Nischaya Dhairyata. Very important. One should be enthusiastic and confidence. Actually, Nischaya word it has another word, a determination. Interestingly, Prabhupada translates that as a confidence. This will work. I will win. Of course, but I feel third one is more important, patience. So I said, rise. No, you will not lose. Because it was ordained by Vishnu that you will win. Wake up. I am fighting for the sake of fighting. And the famous verse, Nana kaprishtam na paramishtam na sarvabhaumam na rasadhipatyam na yoga siddhir apunarbhavam va samanjasatva virahaya kanksh. I don't want heavenly planets, nor the mystic powers, no liberation. If this liberation is taking me away from my service, I don't want that. When she was rejecting Sahaja Mukti. And another verse he speaks about separation and longing. Ajata paksha iva mataram kaga. And another verse, dasanudas. And the last one, he exhibits his strong attachment to the lotus feet of Krishna. So when I was reading, I felt, oh, these are all Sikshastakam prayers. Amazing. So he's telling, wake up, fight, you'll be victorious. Yes, Vritasura has more faith on Vishnu's words than Indra actually. That's why, what is pure devotional service? Anya Abhilashita Sunya. We may not be ready for that, but we should have that intense desire. Jnana karmadi anavartam anukulyana Krishna anusilanam bhaktaruttama. I don't want anything. I want only bhakti. I want to only please my Guru and Krishna. But if you have a lot, if you have baggage, if you have so many, if you have a list of desires, we remain dissatisfied. What do you want? How many of us agree? Our dissatisfaction is because of the unlimited desires. Which we are trying, we are pursuing, but they are not fulfilled. That's why we are unhappy. There is a statement, decrease your desires, live like a king. Don't increase your desires and live like a beggar. Serious. Simple. Every university has a motto. Likewise, Vedic culture also has a motto. Simple living and high thinking. Today, we have high living but no thinking. So he's telling, I don't want heavenly planets. I don't want mystic powers. Sometimes, if only I have Tesla, I can show others. I can use Tesla in Krishna's service. Yes, if you are 100% convinced. Sometimes actually, what is that? Rajivara Prabhu came couple of months ago. He made a nice point. Intelligence is higher than mind. Indriyani paranyahar indriyabhya paramana. That's why all the cravings of the mind, intelligence can detect. What intelligence cannot detect is the demands of ego, false ego. Intelligence cannot detect because that is higher than intelligence. Sometimes two people quarrel. Every party thinks they are right. Other party also thinks they are right. Actually, I have seen this. Party A touches 3 points, A, B, C. Party B touches X, Y, Z. He did this to me, or she did this to me, or party A thinks. Party B thinks she did this to me or he did this to me. ABC are there, XYZ are there. Because there is no reconciliation, they continue fighting. If you go and tell, what about ABC to the party B? I never thought like that. What about XYZ? Oh, I never thought like that. So one architect told me, we have a convenient Alzheimer's. We remember only what we want to remember. We don't remember what we don't want to remember. We remember the taste of gulab jamun, rasgulla and samosa. We don't remember the suffering we went through when we went through flu or COVID. One time I told my mind, hey, why are you reminding all these pleasures? Why don't you remind me the pain I went through? Or pain it is associated with. So, this is my research. Can everyone see this? 1, 2, 3. Three, consider them as 3 actually, and I should have colored them. I didn't do that. So this is Sattvagun. This is Sattvagun. And this is Rajagun. This is Tamagun. When you operate here, you're actually very happy and peaceful. Peaceful and happy. You try to focus on your sadhana. Then, you're respectful. Somebody is upset with you, you ask forgiveness. Please, Prabhu, forgive me. Mataji, forgive me. You're really actually, when you operate here. But slowly the consciousness shifts from here to here. As the consciousness, when you're here, you have a feeling you are not the body. You're a spirit soul. Faint. You have a faint reflection. You're not the body, you're a spirit soul, your presence in this world is temporary. But Chetana, the consciousness shifts from here to here, slowly. Actually, it happens very subtly. It becomes very strong that I am this body. That feeling becomes very strong, I am this body. When you think when the feeling comes, you are very, you are a body, when that feeling becomes strong, immediately, all the 6 anarthas, they will attack you. The lust becomes very prominent. Enjoy. And sometimes it all depends on your training. Sometimes 1 second, even if you have diabetes, you'll go and eat the sugar. Philosophy doesn't work. Here it works. When you are here, I want gulab jamun. No, that's not good, you are trying to enjoy spiritually. We have to enjoy because that's the nature of the soul. Enjoy means what? You're happy listening kirtan, happy listening lecture, happy listening, and you're soaking your consciousness with all these things. But when the consciousness shifts here, you listen the same lecture, but that effect is not there. You listen actually. Then I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. Also I have to do this. If you say yes to me, you are my friend. If you say no to me, you are my enemy. Here we are Vibhishana, here we are Ravana. Then the consciousness shifts here. Tamagun, helpless. Yesterday I purchased a Toyota Camry. Yesterday I purchased BMW. Abba, pain here. We are not happy that we have purchased a BMW Camry, but somebody purchased a Tesla or BMW. We are miserable. Arey, I knew, but yesterday, today morning I realized everything is temporary. Where did that consciousness go? Because the consciousness is here. Anyone has an experience? How, honestly speaking, you don't have great control on this. How it shifts. But that's why we have to focus on this. Do's. Rather than being worried for this. You know? So even if you are operating in Tamogun, suddenly a devotee comes. Prabhu, Haribol, it'll shift here. And we cover all these qualities. We cover them. And we start operating here. That's why Sangha. Sanghat sanjayate kamaha. But here, Sangha sanjayate prema. Because devotee, right? So you want to operate here, always stay in the association. Immediately we push it down. Even you are dressing on the altar, you are alone. Sometimes if you are not careful, Maya will attack. Another devotee will come. So, nadhanam najanam na sundarim. Anishtita bhakti to nishtita bhakti. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says, Anishtita bhakti to nishtita bhakti, you have to go through the tunnel of Trunada Pisunichana. Wow. Many years, many decades I felt, no, I cannot apply this. But it's telling you have to go through this. Otherwise, even if you are so much determined and you may be chanting without fail also, you are following the process, still you have not attained Nishta. Unless you consciously apply the principle Trunada Pisunichana. Then only a person who can apply Trunada Pisunichana a person, he or she can only apply Nadhanam Najanam Nasundarim. Otherwise, it's not possible. To the extent you are Trunada Pisunichana, that much extent we can apply Nadhanam Najanam Nasundarim. To the extent we are not, that much extent we cannot. Because first 4 verses are Yoga Ruruksha, next 4 verses are Yoga Rudha. You know? And again, here we don't want to quarrel with anyone, we don't want to criticize anyone. But when the consciousness shifts here, I, me, mine, you sit on the cell phone for a long time. Yesterday, 2 days ago, Kadam Khan Maharaj said this. You know, the way we touch our screens, if we touch our beats, we'll be liberated, Maharaj said. He said that. He just, So, but here, even if somebody says something, immediately, zip. Morning I was not like that. Why I am like this now? 3 modes, they operate. Can I continue? So, aham hare tava padaika mula dasa anudaso bhavitasmi bhuya manasmareta shapatir gunamste grinitava karma karotu kaya. Oh my Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, will I be able to be a servant of your eternal servant, who finds shelter only at your lotus feet? O Lord of my life, may I again become their servant, so that my mind may always think of your transcendental attributes. My words always glorify those attributes. My body always engage in the loving service of your Lordship. So he's telling, I don't have a qualification to serve you, my Lord, directly. I want to be the servant of your servants. Hare Krishna. Tvad-bhrutya bhrutya paricharika bhrutya bhrutya bhrutyasya bhrutya iti mam smaralokanatha. Kulashekara Alvar was a king. Nobody would say no to him. So one day he had darshan of Krishna. That's when he wrote Mukundamala Stotra. And he's telling, Krishna says, what do you want? I want only one thing, birth after birth. Make me 7 times he says, make me servant of servant of servant of servant of servant of servant of servant. He doesn't say make me servant of servant. Tad bhrutya bhrutya paricharika bhrutya bhrutya bhrutyasya bhrutya iti mam smaralokanatha. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, in spiritual world, servant of servant is a very highly advanced position. So Jayadev Goswami one day, he wanted to write this, Tapada Pankaja Pallava Mudaram. So Krishna bent down and took the dust from the feet of Radha, and that's what he wanted to write. Then he felt, no. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Radharani is his internal energy. She may have unlimited love for him, but how can I write this? It is not according to the conclusions of the Shastras. Radha Damodar temple, there is actually Radha Mother deities of Jayadev Goswami in Vrindavan. So Krishna came as Jayadev Goswami and he wrote that. His wife came and served him prasad. He ate, he went inside and wrote. Those days ladies would not eat without feeding husband. Husband those days were very spiritually advanced also. So after husband ate, he said, I am a little disturbed and I will go again into the garden. Okay, she started eating. Suddenly Jayadev Goswami came and said, wow, why are you breaking the tradition? I never saw you eating, without feeding me. She said, no, I already fed you. She said, no, this is the first time I am coming. I went in the morning, I am coming now. Really? No, I fed you, you ate. You went to the room and wrote also. Really? He went and saw what he wrote. Krishna came in the form of Jayadev Goswami and wrote that. Taupada Pankaja Pallava Mudaram. One day, Shrutakirti Prabhu was fanning Prabhupada. Like Shrutakirti Prabhu means, he mentions this in his book. He is like immediate servant of Srila Prabhupada. As soon as he would land the flight, so everyone will come, hey, take this, put the bag in that room, put this bag in this room. Prabhupada eats only this, Prabhupada eats this. Because Prabhupada doesn't speak, so he would only talk to them. So he also commanded such a very high respect wherever he went. One day in Vrindavan, he was fanning Prabhupada. But he was in his own mind that day. He was fanning like this. And so many flies were landing on Prabhupada's head. But he was not seeing that. He was in his own... And Prabhupada was looking at him. And Prabhupada was driving away the flies as he was giving class, I think Nectar of Devotion. Devotees were watching that. But he was not watching. Prabhupada waited. Finally, Prabhupada stopped the lecture and said, is there anyone in the audience who has some intelligence to drive off these flies? At least my voice is a little, not that much sharp. But this Prabhupada telling, Sutakirti Prabhu said this, when Prabhupada chastises, wow, it's like a 10,000 electric volts, And Sutakirti Prabhu came from his, that mental state, what's happening? And then one Prabhu said, yes Prabhu, I can do it. So he gave the chamra, this Prabhu, mosquitoes, he drove away. Shrutakirti Prabhu, when Prabhupada said, give the chamra, why the earth is not breaking into two and why I'm not going inside? And everyone is looking at me. I'm sure many of us have that experience. Then this Prabhu did this and drove away all the flies. Prabhupada said, right. Wow, that is even, more painful actually. So then he says after this many years, perfectly connected to this, Prabhupada, I am not qualified to, offer chamra to you. I cannot fan you. I don't have the qualification. After 37 years, I got the realization I should fan that devotee who fanned you, who drove away, who drove away the flies and satisfied you. After this many years, I developed a desire to fan him, Prabhupada, not you. Those days I felt I'm so qualified to fan you. I was not qualified, Prabhupada. So, we should have this quality, servant of servant of servant. Ajata paksha yavamataram kaga stanyam yata vatsarata vasatarakshadarta priyam priyeva vishitam vishanna manoravindaksha didrikshate tvam. There are three metaphors here. What is that? Separation and longing. What is separation and longing? Ajata paksha iva mataram khaga. Khaga. The way helpless tiny birds long for the mother. As the mother is landing, these birds, I'm sure, I don't know how many of you seen that. They'll be longing for the mother. Intensely, intensely feeling separation. Similarly, Vatsa, the calf, longing for the mother. And anyone has seen that? So they'll be milking the cow. This new calf, she would be going around. She was tied right around that wooden pole. And when they come to release the calf tries to run away. They have to literally hold. Wait, we are finding it difficult to let you go. That longing. Or when the spouse is away, the wife, husband is away, wife longs for that, for his association. Or gopis, when Krishna is away, Radharani longs for that. That longing I want. What is that? That longing I want. That separation, intense. With that intensity, we should come to temple. That intensity, we should chant our holy name. Not like, Abba, still 7 more rounds to go. Why can't they shorten mantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama? Why should there be repetition? One day one person said, I finished my rounds. Nowadays I'm finishing in 20 minutes. I said, how? Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. Why so? There, only 3 words are there. So just say Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Then he said, nowadays I have shortened further HKHR. Yeah? So I said, it doesn't work like that, So what is that? That longing. Doing for the sake of doing is duty, but if you add intensity to it, it is love, affection. Even if there is every reason, actually I want to tell you my experience. I joined full-time Vrindavan actually, Then, every day there are only 3-4 people. I pursued for a few months. But one day I was really down, depressed. Not that it's a Mangalarti, one person will be singing, one person, Or maybe I used to sing, I would play Mridanga. So, one day I was standing in front of Radha Gop General. It was freezing cold in December, November, or January. And a little down. Then I remembered the lecture. When you are spiritually down, that is the best time to convey a message to Krishna. And that's the best time you can practice pure devotional service. What is that? My Lord, I am miserable. I don't want to be here. I want to go and sleep. Or I want to do something else. But I have come here only for your pleasure. I don't even have a iota of strength or interest or desire. But I have come only for you. You think like that? I have a question for all of you. You work in your office. You had some problem at home, a serious argument, you go to office, and boss says, hey, you look so down, what happened? Everything is all right? Oh, yeah, everything is all right. You want to give me the work. Will you say, yes, I am so depressed, go away from here? Will you say that? Nobody will say that. Or if you are pretending that much for job, that much to retain the job, how much should we pretend for Krishna? Yes or no? So come here, the Kirtan 1 body, 2 people will be jumping here, 20 people will be standing there. When will they serve prasad? So okay, Kirtan is going, okay. Hare Krishna, okay. And then people who come here, they think somebody died or what, This person is jumping like a madman, and these people are standing like as though they have nothing to do with this. It's like a disconnection. So then, Prabhu, why are you not dancing? Prabhu, so much happened at home, I cannot. No. All right, do the same thing to the boss also. You will not do that. Then how much should we do for Krishna who has given that job? How much should we do to Krishna who has given us family, everything? So when we are down, that's the best time we can convey a message. My Lord, I am really, really down, but I am doing this only for you. That way, then when this happened actually probably more than 15, 16 years ago. When I told and I started dancing, these guys, 2-3 guys, what happened to him? Suddenly started dancing. Less than 2 minutes I became ecstatic. Oh, wow, Krishna said, very good. Then everything started dancing actually. So this is all, otherwise we are in mental state. I have seen this, you serve somebody for 10 years and 11th year you say one word that they don't like. And your relationship there is a serious strain in the relationship. Anyone agrees? We don't remember the 10 years of service they have done to us. Hare Krishna. Kali is really, really has progressed a lot. And when they come and when you meet them, your mind will say, they have done this to you. And you don't know, they also think the same thing. They have done this to you. But both the parties don't think for 10 years how much they served each other. All glories to Kali. I'm serious. How many of you agree? 10, 15 years, 5 years. They have really nurtured you, nourished you. Even family, wife and husband, parents and children are devotees. No. They tell one thing, and as soon as we see them, the mind will send a signal, you have done this to me. And they will send a signal back, you have done this to me. Hare Krishna. So, anyway, what is that? So we have to ask for some questions. Mamuttam sloka janesha sakhyam samsara chakre brahmata swakarmavi tvanmayatmaja daragehe susakta chittasya nanata bhuyat. I am wandering throughout this metal world as a result of my fruitive activities. Therefore, I simply seek friendship and the association of your pious and enlightened devotees. My attachment to my body, wife, children and home is continuing by the spell of your external energy, but I wish to be attached to them no longer. Let my mind and consciousness, everything I have, be attached only to you. Kripaya tava pada pankajastita dhuli sadrusam vichintaya. In the earlier verse, longing, what is that? Nayanangaladasrudaraya vadanam gadgadurdayudhaya. But this one, Kripaya tava pada pankajastita dhuli sadrusam vichintaya. My Lord, I don't want to be attached to anything but your lotus feet. Then the next one, Nayanangala Dastrudaraya Vadanam Gadgadurudhaya. Pulake Nichitam Upkada Tavanam Grane Bhushit. And that separation also has Yugayata Minimishena. That separation is Yugayata Minimishena actually. So he told these verses and he told Indra, don't worry, fight. Indra, what he did, he picked up strength and he shot when he threw the second time, he took the trident and he threw it. Indra with his thunderbolt cut off the trident and in the same force he cut off his hand, one arm. and he picked up a mace and he threw it, and Indra with the thunderbolt cut off that mace, and in the same force he cut off his arm. And what Indra did, Vritasura did, he was depressed the least, and he put his chin on the ground, he extended his mouth to the skies, and like a gulab jamun he ate him. He swallowed him. with what is that? With Airavat and Indra together he swallowed. And look, Dad, my Naimittika Dharma I did. He conveyed a message to his father Twashta. What you have created me for, I did my job. Now I'll focus on my Nitya Dharma. He sat, because both arms were cut, he sat in deep meditation, meditating on a Sankarshana. Because Vishwarup gave him Narayan Kavach, Indra didn't die, and being present in the stomach. So he used the thunderbolt to cut off his womb, and he came out with Airavat. But by the time Vritasura was in deep meditation, Indra used 365 days. Indra took 365 days to cut off his neck, because he was so absorbed in meditation. His neck became so stiff. Indra could not cut off his head in 5-10 minutes or 1 hour. It took how many days? 365 days. With that pain, still Vritasura was so deeply, that pain could not disturb his meditation. In our case, our chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. I don't have cell phone right now. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. That is not. Actually, we should not take cell phone when we chant. Or stop chanting and see they use the cell phone. That's fine. That's how Maya tricks. Anyway, 5 minutes time is there. If I have spoken anything wrong, excuse me as a servant. Any question or comment? I can still continue, but
Anybody has any question?
If no one has any questions, then what is that? Yeah, we have to rise early, sleep early, rise early. Why only 16, 32? Why only 32, 64? If this is the only thing that will come with me, we are not doing means that Sambandha Jnana is not there. That realization is not there. If it is there, you will do it. Two enemies of the spiritual life, complacency and lethargy. These two enemies are deadly in spiritual life. So, tomorrow will never come. Today. Tomorrow will never come. In 20s and 30s, body is a vehicle for enjoyment. The same body will give so much trouble in 50s. So one should not wait for 50s. No, my time will become better, then I'll do better devil service. That day will never come. Today. Anything today. Go extra mile. So yes, Vritasura, he lost only to win. And Indra won, and he got all his sensory pleasures back. He got his position back. So Indra won only to lose. So if you don't have anything to ask, then anyone has any questions online?
YouTube because the Zoom is not published actually.
Oh, that's okay. Anyone has any comment? Yes, Proj.
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for a wonderful class. My question, Prabhu, is about facing tests given by Krishna. So sometimes tests come small and we are able to somehow pass through it. And then we feel, okay, I passed through it. And then, boom, another test, very big test comes. And then we are like really puzzled and bewildered. And somehow with time and devotee's help, we go through that. And then come another test. So sometimes just going through these tests, it seems to sap the spiritual energy. So how do we retain the spiritual energy so that whatever test Krishna gives, we are able to face them without losing that enthusiasm and faith?
Thank you. Very nice question. One is read Srila Prabhupada books, especially Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam breaks faith on the material world. Indra is going through so much trouble. So when we are not going through tests, that's the time we strengthen our spiritual resolve. We pick up the strength so that when the tests come, we face it. You see puzzles, initial puzzle 2 plus 2, then second one 15 plus 14. Oh, everything is easy. No, but after some time, as you go forward, it becomes tough and tougher. When we go follow 4 regular principles and chant 16 rounds, it gives us qualification to read Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam, so many things. Bhagavatam says we have to give up so many things. So Prabhupada is very intelligent. By giving little prasad and kirtan, he is making us do what sages who would give up everything and go to Vrindavan or Himalayas would do tapasya. He is making us do by keeping us in cities. You are working, you are making all the money. But in fact, the destination is even higher because of Lord Chaitanya, Golok Vrindavan. So we need to understand that. So acquire Sambandha Jnana, it's very important, actually realization. This is the thing that's going to come with us. You have a bank account, right? 50 years later that will be there, but you won't be there. Yes or no? Family, 50 years later that will be there, you won't be there. This is the only thing that will come with you. If you have that realization, you will hold on to it. Nobody will come with me, nothing will come with me. Then Krishna will reveal. But always we are operating on senses and mind. We cannot go deeper. Haridas Thakur gave it to prostitute. She was a prostitute. But because of the grace of Haridas Thakur and her sadhana, what type of status she attained, all the great scholars of that area would come and consult her. As soon as she brought her senses and mind under control, immediately she attained love of God, Chaitanya Charitamrita says. What a prostitute could attain, why not anybody? Prabhupada, that's why Krishna wants to reveal, he reveals in a very graphic way. Prabhupada did not preach to elite educated MIT professors and transfer them. Preached to drug addicts. And they become pure devotees. Because Krishna is telling it will work for them also. So my request to you, when problems are not there, you strengthen, you sharpen your intelligence. Actually, that's what Hare Krishna Mantra does. It purifies your mind and sharpens your buddhi. And prepares you for the tests. And when you face the test, if you think you failed, Krishna will give you one more opportunity. Means you passed with moderation. But you failed, but you think you passed, then you'll become weak in your resolve. For sure. When people make vows and they cannot fulfill, they'll become spiritually weak. Kartik Vrata, that any Vrata. But you failed and you realized I failed. Krishna gives you one more opportunity. One devotee asked Rizaldas Radhana Swami, what, Krishna wants me to fail every test? Krishna Maharaj said, Krishna wants you to pass every test after test after test. He will not give you what you cannot face. He will give you only those tests you can face and pass. Because Krishna wants you to climb the steps of this ladder to him. And that's why when you think, another thing is hang on with people who have determination, acquire Sambandha Jnana and do sadhana nicely. You will slowly but steadily pass every test. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Since it's a very short time for us before the Darshanarti opens, so let's enthusiastically welcome His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhu to Seattle by loudly chanting Hari Bol 3 times. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And we'll have a very detailed introduction about him on the evening class. It starts sharply at 7:30. It's a very special topic, Mercy of Srimati Radharani on our Guru Parampara. So with that, the Darshanarti.
यशोमती नंदन ब्रजबरनागर गोकुल रंजन कान्हा नागर गोकुल रंजन कान्हा गोपी परनदन मदन मनोहर कालिया दमन विदाना गोपी परनदन मदन मनोहर कालिया दमन विदाना अमल हरि नाम अमिय विलास अमल विपिन पुरंदर नवीन नगर बर विपिन बंसी बदन सुवास ब्रज जन पालन अश्रकुल नाशन ब्रज जन ब्रज जन पालन अश्रकुल नाशन नंदो गोदनो रखवाला गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्कर गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्कर सुंदर नंद गोपाला यमुना तट चर गोपी बसन हर यमुना तट चर गोपी बसन हर रास रसिका कृपा मोया श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदावन नटवर श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदावन नटवर भक्ति विनोदाशाय यशोमती नंदन ब्रजबरनागर गोकुल रंजन कान्हा गोकुल रंजन कान्हा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 ये हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा नील माधव श्री राधे Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Sudarshana, Jaya Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Sudarshana, Jaya Sitaram, Jaya Sitaram, Jaya Sitaram, Jaya Lakshman Hanuman. Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha, Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha, Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha, Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। व्रजभूमि शिवनाथ धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की। गंगा माए जमुना माए की जय। श्याम वेद भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale.